for those of you who are still waiting for more entertaining videos and game-related videos, they'll come back.
Creeping down the back street on D's. I got my Glock cocked cause niggas won't ease. No soon as I said it, seems I got sweated by some nigga with a Tech 9 trying to take mine. You wanna make noise, make noise. I'll make a phone call, my niggas coming like the Gotti boys. Bodies being found on Greenleaf with the fucking heads cut off. Motherfucker, I'm Dre, so listen to the play-by-play, day by day, rolling in my phone.
Hey guys, so I'm going out today. I'm going to be doing some game hunting, I guess you would say. Just got done going to one independent game store, and I was able to pick up a game there. They didn't really have, they had a lot of NES games, but the prices were a little bit more than what I wanted to pay. I mean, I guess $5 a game isn't too bad, but there were no real diamonds in the rough, so to speak. Nothing that really caught my eye. I guess if I was going for more of a complete NES collection, the prices wouldn't be too bad, but you know, this guy doesn't really cut any deals. So I passed on what they had there because working on a limited budget, I kind of have to see what else there is out there right now. So I'm going to head down to Goodwill. Goodwill's really hit or miss, I mean, as it is for most of you guys. You're probably well aware. I mean, it's one of those places that, you know, some days you can go in there and you can find a great deal, like I did, you know, months back. I found a whole box of NES games with an NES and a Super NES in there, and they gave it to me for $20, which I jumped all over that deal. Every other time I go in there, I mean, it's like one other time I found games, and everything else has been it's been really dry. So I'm gonna go down there and hopefully I'll find something worth purchasing there. Alright, so that first Goodwill was a complete bust. They had one game that I saw there, Madden, I don't know, probably 2002 or something, for PlayStation 2. I think I was even there last time I went by the store, but not interested in that at all. I don't care if it's, you know, 5 cents. I have no need for a copy of Madden for the PlayStation 2. What I'm gonna do is I was going to search for Goodwill on my phone, but their site's acting stupid with my phone, so I can't actually find out what the next closest store is. I know there's a couple in this area, but I don't know specifically. I just go to the one Goodwill store typically. But I'm bound and determined to find something today at Goodwill. I don't care what it is. So I'm gonna go to my parents' house, which is right down here, and see if I'm just gonna use their internet, try to call up a couple of Goodwill stores, see if any of them have anything whatsoever in terms of games, retro games anyways, and hopefully I'll find something. I'll be back with you guys a little bit later on, let you know what's going on. Alright guys, so the game hunting paid off today. I finally found some stuff worth purchasing, and I did that at Gamerdoc, which is the independently slash franchise slash company owned store that I go to, but they are the only place around that really deals in retro stuff to like an extent of having more than just a couple games or having overpriced stuff. I got a really good deal. I'll show you guys what I picked up when I get home. So I did manage to pick up a couple of games and also a system, which I'll show you the system at the end. It's not a rare system really by any means, but for the deal that I got for it and what I paid and what it came with, I was actually pretty happy for to be able to pick it up. But first I'll show you a couple of games that I also managed to pick up at the same place. This all came from Gamerdoc, which I will put a link to their YouTube channel in the description bar. So let me go ahead and start with the 3 games that weren't for the console that I picked up. These are just 3 random games. First, I did manage to find a copy of Bionic Commando, which I was happy that they had this. I'm always looking to add to my NES, and when the games are cheap enough, it's definitely, you know, a nice thing. These 3 games in total were $10, I think. So it was buy 2 used games like they always have, get 1 free. The other game that I managed to pick up was Metal Gear. And last is Dig Dug 2, which, again, another classic NES game, and one that's, you know, worth picking up, especially when you figure that these games were about $3.33 a piece. You can't really beat that. So those are the 3 games that I picked up. And let me show you now this console that I managed to pick up. Let me pull back here a little bit. So if you can't tell, if you don't know what this system actually is, this is the Odyssey 2. And basically the Odyssey 2 was a system that was manufactured by Magnavox, I believe in the early 80s. I'm not an expert on the system by any means, but you know, I saw it sitting there, and they had it for a while. I actually had seen it a couple times when I came in, and the guy the guy that works there, who's managing the store now, is actually a friend of mine. He worked for me when I managed GameStop, and he told me that, you know, if I wanted to buy it, he'd sell it to me for $20, and he'd throw in some games. So, you know, at that price, with everything being intact, which, you know, you've got the controllers here. These actually are attached to the system. They're not unattachable or detachable. So that, you know, it's unfortunate, but, you know, you had that a lot of times with these older systems. However, like the power supply does you know, come loose, but the RF adapter doesn't. So along with it, let me go ahead and show you. I wasn't able to pick up 3 games with it. First game is what's it? Casino Slot Machine. It's multi-mode game cartridge by Magnavox. Basically, when you start this thing up, you put the game in. I'll show you. And these games all come with these handles. If you haven't seen anything on it, I would just recommend check out like Classic Game Room or something. They always have some really interesting videos on some of these older systems. Basically, it slides on the top here, power on, and then depending on what the game mode is, and usually it'll tell you up here, you just press that corresponding button to play that game mode. The reason why it has a keyboard is because there were some educational games that came out for it, but you know, the system didn't really do well. Now the nice thing is with all of these games here, they came complete, which, you know, I don't think they're rare. Any of these are extremely expensive, but it's just nice that as old as these games are, that they're complete, and they were essentially free because I bought everything for 20 bucks, like I said. The next game that I bought was, let's see here, it's got Speedway, Spin Out, and Crypto Logic. A lot of these games had multi modes on the cartridges. Again, it's complete, and basically this is like a racing game, but there's not really a lot of depth to it. And the game that I really enjoyed when I was there, because I got to test it out, was a computer golf game, which actually had a little bit of a challenge to it. Now, these are as basic comes when it comes to video games. I mean, worse than Atari. So, you know, it's not, you're not going to be blown away by the graphics or anything like that, but it's still a neat system to own, and just one that I wanted to add to my collection. Again, this game's complete, and actually, I haven't even looked in here too much, but this is cool. It's got a little little tiny booklet in here that shows you some of the games and whatnot, so that's neat to have. I mean, that's kind of a cool thing that it's got all this, and it gives you a rundown of everything that was out then for this system that really didn't last too long. But anyways, those are the games that I picked up. That's what I got on my out and about, you know, / let's ride video, and I hope you guys enjoyed this. Expect more game content and more game related videos here in the near future, and thanks for watching.